So right now, so you will be creating your character using Adobe Illustrator, and you need to export your character in a PNG format. So you go to file and then you export the file, PNG format. So for example, this is your character. So I have this brown cute character. So once you export the file, so again you go to file and export, and then so I have saved my character on my desktop so that it's easy for me to see my character. And after that, I'll go to Flash. I will create a new Flash file. So on my workspace, on my stage, as you can see, I don't have any elements for now. So all you have to do is drag your character on the stage, and then it will be added to your library as well, the character that you just added. Okay, you can use the transform tool to scale down your character. As you can see, it's on the layer 1, and if you could look on the timeline, it already has a keyframe. So if you add an elements on a particular timeline, it will automatically create a keyframe for you. So now I will convert this one into a movie clip. So we've been discussing symbols, different types of symbols. So this is an animation. So we will start doing different kinds of animation. I also talk about um, different animation approach, like classic tween, motion tween, frame by frame animation. So this one is a motion tween. And then you need to move your playhead on the 20 frame, and then move your character. And that's the time you apply a motion tween, which is very basic. When you go to your property and you go to your library, you can see all of your elements. Okay, so for this one example, we are increasing the size, so that is layer 1. So we can rename this one as grow. So this is going to be part of your project. So let's create a new layer. So next is alpha. So we are done with grow. So that is so basic. So from the frame 1 to frame 20. So frame 1, the normal size of the object, and then once you change the size of the object on the frame 20, you need to increase by using the transform tool. Now we import another character, which is the same character, but we will have an effect of alpha. Okay, then we convert this one again. We convert this one into a movie clip. And just copy and paste it. Right, move. I think I need to delete this one, or clear keyframe. Okay. Okay, and then clear keyframe. Alright, on the first layer, that is grow, for this one we need to change the alpha. We convert this one into a movie clip. Okay. Then we still create the motion tween. the same. Then we move the playhead on the 20th frame, and then when you go to your property, select, go to the 20th frame. I want you to go to the 20th frame, select that frame, and go to properties, and you will see different options there. Okay, so I think I'm not able to see the alpha. Let me check. Hmm. Okay, so you need to select the whole frame or the whole layer, and okay, and you go to filters. Okay, let me check color, style. Okay, there you go. On the color effect, so you need to decrease the alpha. There you go, on the last frame, on the 20th frame. So as you can see, it has an effect of alpha, the second layer. Next we have ease in and ease out, rotate, path, orient, and swap. So let's create another layer. So for this one, it is ease in and ease out. So I will just increase the stage. Okay. So same process. You will apply or convert the object first into a movie clip, and then you apply the ease in, ease out. For the ease in, the entrance or the motion of the object uh, going in, or the starting movement of the object, it's slowly, and then later on it progressed into a faster facing. The same process. So when you go to the properties, so you need to select the last frame, the 20th frame, to apply. th frame, then you have their ease in or ease. So let's set that into -100. Let's try. Okay, there you go. So the starting movement of the object, it's slow, it is slow, and then later on the last part of the movement, it will show you that it is a little bit faster. So that is ease in. So for ease out, same process. You need to convert the object into movie clip, apply ease in, ease out, starting point and end point of the movement, and then go to the last frame, and then you apply ease. Instead of -100, you increase that one. So the effect of the ease out is opposite. So when it when the image starts to move, it is slowly moving, and then later on, for the ease out, on the last movement, the last few movements, it will just slowly moving, and then it will stop, compared to ease in. So this kind of project, you will apply this to your project. So you need to record everything. So instead of this character, you need to import your own character. So that is in or is out. So next we will have the rotate. So for the rotate, it's still the same process. You need to convert the object, and then after that you need to set the starting point and the end point of the movement. Then all you have to do is to rotate the image using the transform tool. Just rotate it, and then there you go. So just simply rotate the object. So it's the same. It's actually the same process. So far we created 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have is in, our grow, alpha, is in, is out, and rotate. So we only have few activities left. For the path, it's so simple. It's just simple path. So just convert the image again, starting point and end point. Don't forget, if you place the object or the elements on a different timeline, you can cut that keyframe and then paste it on the designated timeline or keyframe, or timeline rather. So for example, you place the image on the 5th frame, but you supposed to place that on the 1st. So all you have to do is select the 5th frame and then cut it and then paste it on the 1st frame. This is just a path. That is so basic, just a path. Again, on the properties, you can change the position, the X and Y. You can see there on the properties. But basically, what we are doing now, if we are creating animation, especially for motion tween, it already has a path. Now next we have orientation, rotation, and path actually are actually the same, but let's just demonstrate and show you how we can apply orientation. So for orientation, it's like the positioning of your object, right? For the path, it's just the direction. Okay, now it's still the same process for orientation. So in your project, I want you to record this one using your phone, your camera, and you need to submit it to me with your file name. So the file name will be your last name and your year in section. It should be in P4. Okay, for the orientation, so you can increase the width and the height. You can make it portrait or stretch or squash it. So that is orientation. All right, there you go. So I think we will go to the last example, which is what's next? A swap. So swap is so basic. All you have to do, if you apply animation on a particular element, but the object that you want to apply that animation is different, so all you have to do is swap. So I have created a new elements or character. So this one, it's color red. There you go. So character 2, and then I export this one once again into a PNG file. all you have to do is import first the original one. So okay, there you go. Let's create a new layer. So when you are creating your animation, you will have different kinds of animation. A lot of elements in your animation. So I'll just drag the original file, and then I will use the transform tool to increase or decrease. So let's make it the normal size at the beginning, and then I'll convert this one once again into a movie clip. There you go. And then move my playhead, or we apply the motion tween. Then move my playhead in the 28th frame, and okay, just move this one. Move it down, and then it will create a path for the animation. Then go to properties. Once you go to properties, you will have this instance of and swap. There's a swap button there, and we will look for your character, which is the character 2. We will drag your character 2 on. So you will drag your character 2, and you need to name your character. So you need to add a new layer for that. Add a new layer and then add. Then just remove the character, but it already that second character is already present in your library, so you can find it. There, you can click the swap, and then it has a swap. It just replaces the object or the character. That is the purpose of swap. So we have how many examples? So we have grow, opacity, ease in, ease out, rotate, path, orientation or orient, and lastly we have swap. So those are the things that you need to do for your project. So if you have questions on how to do this, kindly review this video. I want you to create your own recording for this one, so you can ask questions or you can leave a comment on this video. Thank you.